Yo, what is up guys, Uncle Crit here. Welcome everybody to the 8.15 patch, and this patch is finally a really good one for Tryndamere, for the 80 crit Tryndamere, which I'm about to show you my build for. Infinity Edge got a really good 200 gold buff reduced cost, and Storm Razor got a 400 gold reduced cost, and what's most important is the Phantom Dancer got a 100 gold reduced cost. This means your power spike will be coming very fast with my build that I'm about to show you. Let's head into the game. So first of all, let's check out my rooms. I know, let's wait it out, I play Phase Rush. I'm playing mid lane Tryndamere, so this is really alternative and not your typical top lane Tryndamere guide. I played Storm Raider Surge last season, and I play Phase Rush this season, and I really enjoy the movement speed. So next up is Nimbus Cloak. I use it into any AD matchup, and I go for Nullifying Orb if I'm playing against AP and I'm scared. I always go for Celerity, it's fucking broken as hell with the movement speed you get from Phase Rush. I take Water Walking for the early lane dominance, and then roam level 2 and help your jungler. You can also go for Gathering Storm if you don't like this. I really do like the pressure though. And Precision will be your next secondary tree. You go for the attack speed, it's really good in Tryndamere, and obviously the last stand. This gives you enough damage and attack speed to compensate for not having too much stats from Conqueror. Alright, let's check out my build. So the first two items are really standard. It's Tiamat into Phantom Dancer, just like you used to build with Essence Reaver, but the third item is what differs here. It's Storm Razor. It got 400 gold reduced, which is huge because you really don't need the 10 extra AD or the 5 extra attack speed. It's more about the movement speed you get from it, and the crit, which is also not 160%, but like 180 or right up to 200 with your passive, and 30% crit chance from Phantom Dancer. You get 20% movement speed for 0.75 seconds, which adds up to your Phase Rush. So the problem Tryndamere always had was mobility, and you could solve the problem with CDR and just pressing E, but I have a different solution for you. The Koreans already tried movement speed Tryndamere with like Ghost and stuff, but I think Ghost is on a very long cooldown and I really don't like the playstyle because you don't have flash. But with Phase Rush, on the other hand, you have it like every 15-20 seconds, and it's like a mini Ghost. You don't have the extra damage from Conquerors, but in mid lane it's really more about not getting kited by enemy mages or laners in general. It's you have enough damage, you just need to get it out, you know? The fourth item is Infinity Edge. That's an obvious one, but you can go for the Phage, and you see all these items just got a really nice gold reduction in this patch. It's 100 gold here, 400 gold here, and 200 gold here. You get to have 700 gold less and get this build. And the 1080 on the Storm Razor don't change anything, because you get from your passive so much AD anyway that you really don't need the 1080 from the Storm Razor. This really is all about the movement speed, and I will show you the Phase Rush combos now. You always want to start off with your E in lane, then second point goes into Q, and the third point also goes into Q. Because when you want to last hit under your turret, you really need the 5 extra AD to one-shot the range creeps when they get hit by the turret shot. This also means you get a little bit more healing against the mages, which is good as well. And the fourth goes into W. The fifth goes into Q as well, but here is where I stop. Obviously 6 is the ultimate, but after this I level up my E. I go for this for the early AD and healing, because I really need it for the lane, but after laning phase, like right about on level 7, you just go for an E max. Because what happens when you max E is, you know, you already read the last patch, it goes down to very low cooldown. I know you don't have the 45% CDR with like you would have with the AP Tryndamere, But what you do have is a lot of crit. And that means 1 second off from every single auto attack you do onto your E. And you already have such a high movement speed with Phase Rush, this, that, Storm Razor, you know, it's just insane. And now to the Phase Rush combos. You need 3 separate hits to get Phase Rush off. So 3 auto attacks do the trick. But what also does the trick is hitting your W. So going behind, hitting your W, 1, 2 triggers Phase Rush. If you don't hit the W, then Phase Rush doesn't trigger. I'll show you again with it active. 1, 2, 3. When it triggers, you get the stack on Phase Rush. When you do it on front, like this, 1, 2, you don't get the Phase Rush. Only get the Phase Rush if you hit the W. What you can use it for in lane is you go like this, slow your opponent, E, auto attack, Phase Rush, bomb. Easy. And if you don't hit it, you don't go in. Just like that. You can auto attack, E, auto attack for really nice Phase Rush as well. And the last thing I want to show you is Ignite. I always take Ignite. It got buffed several patches ago, and TP is worthless, in my opinion. Ignite is even better with Phase Rush, because you can do 1, 2, Ignite, and you get the Phase Rush. Every damage you do to an opponent counts as a Phase Rush stack. Also, the Blade of the Rune King, I'll show you when this is up again. It's 1, 2, Phase Rush, you know? Easy as that. You don't build this because it's not efficient enough, but I guess I just showed you. Now to the Storm Razor. This is the moment in the game, about like 20 minutes or so. When you have this, you just run around and kill everyone. Look at this movement speed. 1, 2, 3, and you just have so much mobility that it's really not easy for enemies to run away. You have to be kind of cautious because your damage is different. It's really high as well because you build Glass Cannon, but it's Tryndamere, so you're used to that. What I mean is you don't have Conqueror, so you have to play a little bit differently. And you can use the Phase Rush as well, just to run away. For example, if you're up in lane, someone is coming to you, like a Riven or something, and you really don't want to fight her, you have got like 3k, you just auto attack her once, auto attack E, and you're gone. No one can chase this, not even a Riven, no one. This is insanely good for ganks as well. You can auto attack E, ignite someone just to run away. Or, I guess if you hit the W, but you mostly don't have time for 2 auto attacks, if you don't have any attack speed items. So ignite is actually a kind of defensive summoner spell in this way. For boots, I mostly like to go for Berserkers if I'm stomping. If you are into an 80 matchup, you always go for Ninja Tabby, like Yasuo or Zed for example. And if you are into a heavy CC comp, you just go for Mercuries. Everything else is pretty much irrelevant. You don't build anything else but Mercuries, Ninja Tabby or Berserkers. Just a quick tip on how to play the lane. If you're level 1 and this comes and your enemy isn't there yet, or even if he is, you just try to attack the minions as quickly as possible and shove in this wave. Then after you can ward either here or level 1 at 120 you can ward here or here down there, depends on which side your jungle starts. If he starts at red buff, you just do it here. If you start on blue, you do it here. It's really important for crap control, but into jungles like Kayn, for example, you might as well do the level 2 ward here, because you can almost push in anybody, because they like to do raptors as well in their first clear. And as for your lane plan, you want to get Tiamat as fast as possible on your first or second back, and what you do is you always try to shove the wave. You can one-shot the mage creeps with E-spin Tiamat, and then you just go shove and roam. It's a bit like Aurelion Soul. When you get the Tiamat, you always look for this camp. You maybe ward here or just quickly run into the bush to get vision, then go like this, boom boom, and then you just kill this camp really quickly because of Tiamat. You don't lose anything. I even wasted a bit time here. You don't lose anything, and even if you lose 1 minion, it's worth it for the camp, because the enemy jungler doesn't get the camp and you get the camp, which is more gold than 1 minion. And also, if your jungler doesn't take this or is on the opposite side of the map, you just go for this as well. You don't even care. You're the carry and you want the gold. Just one quick tip: if you spin over here and auto attack this, and you wanna do some healing and you get the E off again, you just wait for the Q right before you E. You just go heal E, because the E hits all the Raptor camp and you really want the Fury back you lose from healing up. So you go Q and then spin into the minions. Okay, thanks for joining me in my Tryndamere build 8.15 patch guide video. I hope you learned something and maybe try it and use it out in mid lane and some of your normal games. It's not as easy to pull off, and it's a very different playstyle. You gotta adapt to it, but I'm sure you can figure it out and maybe you'll have some fun. And that's what the game is all about, in my opinion. But I really think this is a very viable build and I will be using it to climb to Masters. If you enjoyed this, consider checking out my Twitch account. It's Uncle Crit on Twitch TV. And I will be streaming like weekly, maybe like 3 or 4 times a week. And I'm trying to grow myself a kind of a little base, you know. And I will be happy to have you around, maybe show you some stuff. I will be playing mostly this on my stream. So yeah, see you around. Peace.